Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is your match preview for Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea head to South London, South London, you know, where we love to be. I'm a South Londoner, so, you know, it feels like Chelsea are coming home. But anyway, this is going to be a very interesting game. Crystal Palace. Now, in our absence, since Chelsea have last played a Premier League game, we've gone and won a Club World Cup and returned. In the meantime, the teams below us have failed to capitalise. And that puts us in a very strong position. I'm going to show you how. Before we do though, I want to let you know this video is brought to you by the OneFootball app and sponsored by the OneFootball app. Link in the description to hit the OneFootball app and download it today for all of your footballing news and your needs, whatever it is in terms of checking the latest score, checking the latest updates, going through results, fixtures, standings, news to do with your club or another club or your league or another league. It's in the OneFootball app. So make sure you hit that link in the description now, download it and enjoy. Secondly, keep your eyes on my Twitch. Link is in the description, as well as my second channel. But on my Twitch, tomorrow, I might be doing a couple of watch-alongs aside from football. We've got WWE Elimination Chamber starting at 5 PM UK time, so I might be giving you guys a watch-along on that, as well as the boxing tomorrow night. Amir Khan versus Kell Brook. That's been 10 years in the making, and I thought, you know what, we might have to watch that one together. So hit the follow button on my Twitch, link in the description, and we might watch those two things together tomorrow after Chelsea play Crystal Palace, which will be live on here, Younes Talks Football, as I'll be giving you guys a watch-along for that game, as usual, right here. Now, let's get into this. Crystal Palace versus Chelsea, taking place at Selhurst Park tomorrow during the day, 3 PM kickoff UK time, so it's not an early or a late one. But as I've already mentioned, the teams below us have failed to capitalise. They failed to capitalise. I'm going to show you how. This is the latest Premier League table. Man City obviously first. Chelsea still sitting in third and 4 points ahead of Manchester United, who have played one more game. Unbelievable. Now, West Ham are in fifth, 41.6 points behind, having played one more game. Arsenal on 39 points, having played 2 less games than us. But even if they were to win that, they will not be catching us. And the same goes for Spurs. Spurs have really bottled it because they had 3 games in hand and they've gone and thrown the whole thing away because they just kept losing. And now they won't catch us even if they do win their 2 games in hand. So Chelsea are right now in a very comfortable position in third. Realistically, if we look at Crystal Palace very quickly, they're sitting in 13th. Their form hasn't been that good, although Crystal Palace under Patrick Vieira, they've been decent, I would say. Vieira's brought some sort of stability to them, which is nice. And, well, for Palace, you know, Palace are not a close rival for Chelsea, let's have it right. But for Crystal Palace and their ambitions and the way that they were being talked about possibly going down and whatnot, Vieira's managed to steer the ship a little bit. There's more to do. For this game tomorrow, Kouyaté, who won the Africa Cup of Nations, will be available, so he might feature. Although Conor Gallagher will not be playing, so sorry, Palace, you're already 10 men down. You're already one man down. You're already playing with 10 as far as I'm concerned, because Conor Gallagher has without question been Crystal Palace's star man. And because he's on loan from us, he can't play. He can't play. At Selhurst, he might have to come into the away dressing room and say hello to the lads because let's have it right. He's our player. He's just on loan with you guys. But with all due respect, I hope he has a very good end to the season with Palace. And I hope Palace utilise him in a very good way, as they have been doing. They've been doing great with him and he's been doing great with them. So I wish both the best going into the end of the season. And then I'm sorry, Palace. He will be coming home. He will be in the Chelsea first team next season. We've already heard that. So I can't wait. But for tomorrow, Chelsea, now we've spoken about Palace. Chelsea don't have much fresh concern in terms of players out, except for Mason Mount. Mason Mount won't be featuring. There's doubts he might even make the cup final at the end of the month. Thomas Tuchel earlier on spoke and said that obviously this game, the Champions League game against Lille, too soon, but the final against Liverpool at Wembley, possibly. Although, if you've been following Chelsea and you know the way we run, whenever Chelsea give a date, add another 2 weeks onto it. That's how it works. So if there's a projection that he might make the final, he won't. He won't. It's as simple as that. And I'm gutted for Mace because, I hope he makes it. If he does, great. But it would have been nice for him to experience that. You know, he's never experienced a Carabao Cup final. He's definitely one of the main lads. So for him to be absent from it, it's a shame. But I wish him the best in the recovery. He's damaged a ligament, apparently. So it's not good. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Apart from that, Reece James, Ben Chilwell, Reece James still isn't back. That tells you everything you need to know. We thought he'd be back by now. He's not. So, you know, there might be another 2 weeks added on because he hasn't even started full team training yet. So, yeah, there's a whole process. Apart from that, though, everyone is looking fit and looking ready. Now, Chelsea come into this with loads of momentum. We've just won the Club World Cup. We're feeling on top of the world. Technically, and by title, Chelsea are the best team in the world. As Jeremy Clarkson likes to say, Chelsea are the best team in the world. That's how he says it. That's how he says it. If you're a big Top Gear fan, or you used to be a Top Gear fan, and you followed the Grand Tour, you'd know exactly what I'm on about. But Chelsea right now, best in the world. So we're coming into this game with our egos through the flipping roof. You know? So look, we can't be playing in that manner. Let's have it right. We've got to show a bit of respect. We've got to bring ourselves back down to earth. Yes, we won a trophy, but there's so much more to win. There's so much more to accomplish. We've only just started. Let's hope we can get a good result. And if we're going to talk about one negative point, Chelsea right now are playing like a very good cup team. We're a cup team at the moment. Let's have it right. We need to bring some form in the league. We beat Spurs before going away to the Club World Cup. Before that, though, we were in horrific form. Brighton, Everton. You remember all those games? Horrific. Not good enough. We can't get back into that. Let's work with the momentum now. Let's start racking up some wins. If we can start just winning in the league as well, that would set us up in a very good position in terms of our cup competitions, the Champions League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup final. Winning brings momentum, and winning brings more winning. So, let's hope we do it. Now, in terms of the starting 11, how do I think Thomas Tuchel needs to deploy the team tomorrow? I've looked based on the Club World Cup final against Palmeiras and the way that we played in that game. And I've come to a little consensus. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is what I think the first 11 should be. Now, if we're talking about the goalkeeper, this is where it already gets difficult because Kepa has been class. He's been magnificent. But Mendy's Mendy, isn't it? Let's have it right. Mendy's going to play. So I think it's going to be Edouard Mendy. Although, look, if it's Kepa, I wouldn't mind. I really wouldn't mind. With those two, I think it's friendly competition. Whoever gets picked, gets picked. Simple as that. So Mendy in goal. In terms of the back line, I would go over back four, by the way, and I'll explain after I've given you my first 11. I would go Thiago Silva, Rudiger. I think it's safe to say that's our most concrete centre-back pairing that we have available. I have to say, even though there's only one man that really has this title, but I think it's only right that we give it to Aspie as well. Captain, leader, legend. Yeah, he deserves it. He deserves it. Aspie at right back without question. Also on the basis that we don't have anyone else that can really play there. So Aspie definitely starts. Malang Sarr at left back, not left wing back, at left back. So I think that's clear. Malang Sarr has been great whenever he's called upon as a left back. So I would happily have him there. Now, Crystal Palace, we have to bear in mind, have a lot of pace. It would be nice to have at least one of our fullbacks that have pace. Aspie, I think, can get caught out. If Sarr catches up, someone else catches up, we're able to shift the back four over a little bit, then maybe Aspie will have a little bit of protection. So Malang Sarr definitely having to play. If Alonso's on the pitch, I think we get cooked. So, yeah, there's that. In midfield, I would go N'Golo Kante and Mateo Kovacic. I think even based on the final against Palmeiras, it's clear to see Kovacic brings nice pace to the game, a nice attacking mentality in terms of the way that he drives and dribbles with the ball. Kante's Kante. Let's just have it. Jorginho, though, I wouldn't be against Crystal Palace because I think we will have control of the game. I think we will have, domination in terms of how much we're going to be spending on the ball compared to Crystal Palace. And when you have that, Jorginho fits in your team. If you're defensive, Jorginho doesn't fit in your team. So, again, I wouldn't mind, but personally, I think the best pairing are going to be those two, Kante and Mateo Kovacic. Now, speaking about Hakim Ziyech, who I'm going to stick here, Thomas Tuchel said that he didn't pick him in the final because we were playing in a back three. And I understand that, and I agree with him. But this is where I kind of disagree with Thomas Tuchel as well. We shouldn't be playing a back three. And I think even in the final against Palmeiras, you saw the moment we went to a back four and the moment we shifted, we brought Ziyech on, Malang Sarr came on, went to left back. Look at how much it changed. Even including Pulisic when he came on for Mason Mount, he looked decent. He looked fantastic. Let's have it right. When Timo Werner came on, he was being able to cause all sorts on that left-hand side. But we were in a back four. That helps so much. We don't have the facilities to play a back three right now. We just don't. So I would go over back four. And if we have a back four, Ziyech is probably the first name on the sheet because of the way that he's been playing. He's super consistent now, which is fantastic. And it's what I've been asking for from everyone. Now, in that game, we also had some very good performances. So I'm going to pluck out some names now. We had a very, very good performance from none other than Mr. Kai Havertz, the goal scorer at the end of the day who won us the game with the penalty. But Kai Havertz played decent. And if you saw, not just in terms of how much he was drifting on the left, but even when he was in the middle, the amount of times that he was able to have control of what he was doing on the ball, the amount of times he was able to link up, he had that glide to his game, which is what we've been waiting to see in Kai Havertz. You know, where he's just looking like he's flowing. That is what we want to see. So I would like to have him in that position of an attacking mid, because at the same time, on the left-hand side, I think Pulisic definitely starts. Callum Hudson-Odoi in that game, despite getting the assist, let's have it right, that was the only good thing he done in that game. And I'm glad that it was an assist, because if not, that would have been a 0 out of 10 performance. The assist maybe brings him up to a 3 or a 4. You know, Callum did not play well at all. And that can't continue. He's had chances. Pulisic came on for Mason Mount, made big impact. Now, with Kai Havertz in the middle there, as I've placed him on the screen for you, I wouldn't mind seeing Pulisic and Havertz shifting from time to time, because every time Pulisic cut inside and Havertz went to cover for him, Pulisic looked decent in the middle as a cam, or as a central attacking midfielder, if you don't know what a cam is. You know, that I would like to see. So if they keep fluctuating between themselves, cool. I'm happy with that. They look comfortable together. So Pulisic on the left, happy days. Now, in terms of a striker, I think it's safe to say that Lukaku's going to start, especially after scoring in the final. However, I do want to say this. Lukaku, in terms of the goal, and even after the goal, looked decent. Finally. How long has it been? Finally. I've been waiting for this. It was a great goal. Great header. Stuck it in the top corner. That's what he's there for. And that's what we've expected him to do. Now, I'm glad he delivered in the final when it mattered. Although, I do want to say this, despite that, and I think that's why he's going to get picked, because you kind of you want to ride on a striker's momentum. When he scores, you want him to keep playing, because then he'll probably get more, build his confidence, and then turn into a beast. That is what we're hoping for in Lukaku. But what I do want to point out is when Timo Werner came on for Lukaku, and we went to a back four, how involved was Timo Werner? And how much space was he creating, not just for himself, but for everyone else? And how much was he being able to link? And how much energy did he have in terms of being able to close defenders down, press from the front, even drive with the ball, run past defenders, link up? He was doing everything. Again, he didn't score, which is the problem with Timo Werner. We know he's not the guy that's going to be banging in goals. But in terms of helping the team and getting the team playing to a pace that we need to be playing to, that half in extra time, well, he played the whole of extra time, we looked much faster than we did during the game. So I would like to have whoever finished that final start against Palace, which is this, basically. But I think it's safe to say that Lukaku, I think, will be starting because he managed to get that goal, and you want him to ride on that confidence and get more goals. So let's see. But that would be my starting 11. Now, in terms of a score prediction, I'm going to keep this tight, I'll be honest, because it's not going to be easy. And as I've already mentioned, Chelsea right now are playing like a very good cup team. When it comes to the league, I do get a little bit cautious. So I am going to say Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 2. Safe win, nothing too crazy, little narrow win, gets us 3 points, as I think we should, but Crystal Palace on the day, I think will be up for it, and they'll probably get a goal. So that is how I think it's going to go down. Let me know how you think it's going to go down in the comments below. Much appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching. As I've already said, watch along tomorrow. For that, we'll be starting at 2:30 p.m. UK time, as kickoff is at 3 o'clock, and then after that, I will be dropping my match review for you guys. But I'll see all of you tomorrow for the watch along. Have a good night. Enjoy your sleep. Get ready for league action tomorrow. Chelsea are back as world champions. Let's start it. Let's begin. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. See you then in a bit. Take care and peace.